Okay, can you guys see now? Okay, so this is actually the Tableau public software. So if I go into connect to data, the first step is you have to connect to your database or whatever the data is there. So here you see, since this is a Tableau public, so we don't have that much available option. If you really look into your version of the Tableau desktop version, you will see there is a whole lot of drivers or the kind of databases you are able to connect to, right? I would request all of you to just check your version side by side. So in this Tableau public, the advantage is that there is no kind of limited trial period, but the disadvantages is that I will not say disadvantage for learning purpose. There are certain features that are which are available in a full-fledged version, desktop version. Some features are not there, which you may or may not require. That not much a critical features. Let's say for example, in your I will come to it whenever I will touch those particular points. But for an example, I will tell you, like, if you want to copy your backend data and just in Tableau full software, you can just copy from the data from your dashboard and just paste it in an Excel, which you can't do in Tableau public. Okay. Okay. So the first step is to connect to data. So I have already downloaded a Superstore data set, which is an Excel as well as a CSV file. Okay. So the my first step is to connect to data. Then since this is an Excel, I will just click on Excel, and there is a global Superstore orders, which I have downloaded from the internet. This is freely available. If you're not getting this particular file, just let me know. I will mail you. So since like I have connected to the Excel file, this particular Excel is now available in my uh, tool. So here is Global Superstore Orders 2016, and these are actually the tabs which are present in that particular Excel. There is an order table and there is a people table. Okay. So let's say I will be working right now with the order tables. So, or maybe your requirement is that, like, you have to analyze the orders. So the first step is to you have to just drag that orders into your data pane. So here this order, whatever the data in order sheet or the tab in the Excel, it will come to your Tableau dashboard. It's taking some time to take all the data. So now the basic difference with Tableau, ClickSense, ClickView, these are actually in-memory tools, right? So what is the difference between like a Bobj report or something other which are not in-memory tool? So what actually it is doing, it is connecting to the database or the Excel, and it's taking the data and it is saving all the data in its cache or in memory. In case you can say it in a RAM, computer RAM. And now even if I delete this particular Excel, you don't actually need that Excel altogether. Even once you connect it to the in your database, you get the data and you have the data in your Tableau software. You don't need to connect with the database altogether. If you go and see and check in your Tableau version, you will see there is a live and extract. There are two somewhere like here. you will find that there is a live connection, there is an extract connection. Okay, so extract and live we will come later on, but just to give you a understanding is that live is just you are always been connected to a database where you are actually into a live system where you are getting all the time the transactional data are getting updated. In that case only you need to connect it to you need to be connected to a database. But in case like this Excel, you don't need that, right? You can just work with an extract is nothing but whatever your static data, and you do your analysis, you do your slice and dice, or all those things, right? Anyway, now coming to the point is that like now I have just added this particular table. This is an order uh, table I have taken into Tableau. Now in Tableau, there are concepts like you can add different data sources. Like this is CSV. You can add. Sorry, this is my Excel. You can add your Hadoop if flat files to it. You can go to HANA. You can go to Oracle. Whatever the database. Let's say your master data or mapping data is in this particular Excel, and in your transactional data is in an SAP ERP system or HANA system or Hadoop system. You can just go and add those particular data sources. How you will do that? You will just click on add, and here in your system you will see there are so many. Since this is a public version, I have only web connectors, nothing but like some kind of databases which Tableau don't have, or you can make yourself a custom OData connection. Most of the cases, all the databases are already been covered, like let it be Hadoop, let it be HANA, let it be Oracle, SQL Server, whatever. But still, the big data space is evolving so rapidly. There may be a case that you don't have that particular connector available, so then maybe you can work with web data connectors. Anyhow, like I am now, like I have connected to an Excel. Now I will take a text file, which is a CSV file, which is a return. This is also a CSV file, kind of this, delimited by comma. So I will just add that. So right now in my Tableau software, I do have two different tables from two different databases. Orders is coming from a Excel file, and returns, that is global superstore returns, is coming from a CSV file. So isn't it great, like combining cross like databases things? So that's one of the good features of Tableau. Now, one important thing you may have noticed is that whenever I haven't selected any kind of join. So like you have taken this particular return table, and Tableau default join is inner join. If you are not mentioning any kind of join, it will take inner join. You can change it to anything, but the default is inner join. People who are working in ClickView ClickSense, so we know that in ClickView ClickSense the default is kind of full outer join. So now, like since my this global superstore, this is actually a subset of the data, like how many goods that are being sold were returned, we do have this information. So this is our driving tables, right? The data warehousing concept. Orders is our transactional table. This is kind of subset of the transactional tables with orders which are got returned. So what I will just take a left join, so that I do have those informations, like how out of this all the transaction, which are the transactions which got returned. You see there are so less, like null. Wherever we don't have any matching, we are getting null, so that's a good thing, right? So not much of the orders are got returned. There are very few like this. Yes, this has got returned. So this is a matching order ID, and this is also an order ID from the two different tables. So Tableau has made a left outer join and have got this particular matched. Okay, please let me know if I'm going it's if okay, somebody asked me like, can we see the Excel workbook before loading? Yeah, I know that. Like, I'm just sharing the kind of in my sharing setting I have given only to share the application, that is this Tableau public. So it's nothing. It's like any tool. Like I'm just selecting a particular Excel file from my local system. Okay, so yes, I can understand that step is been missed, but it's just for my the settings or something like that, like you're not able to see it. But if you try from your own Tableau software, whenever you will just hit on add and you will just select Excel or CSV, it will point you to your local desktop or any folder in from your local system, and you can just connect to that data file. Okay, so so that's did that answer your question, Rizwan? Okay, no problem. First thing is that don't call me sir. It's we are all working together, so I'm not a kind of sir. So anyway, uh, so until now, all of us are with me, or is there any doubt? Okay, so if anybody have any question, you can just unmute and just ask me over the this particular sharing session, so maybe all of us can hear that also, and it's always better to have some human interaction. So I'm like it seems like I'm speaking to some empty classes. I'm not able to hear any voices. Okay, anyhow, going forward, now I do have a data set. Okay, now data set is a global superstore and order. So one thing is that like people who are using ETL tools, so you know that the transactional data that are not clean,
The
right?
transactional data that are clean, right?
Hello, any of you can hear any
Any
echo
of you
from
can
my side?
hear
I am hearing some echo.
and doing something.
Or okay, okay. So this is kind of the data set
So
that
this is like the data set that
I think I need to rejoin to the call because I am hearing a lot of echo of my own voice. Anyhow, it's good now. So so what are the like for the ETL guys who have actually worked on ETL things, or maybe people who have worked in any reporting tool also, so like, they gave us some basic steps or maybe some tools to clean our data. So Tableau is not that much kind of extensive regarding the cleansing part, the kind of flexibility that we get in ClickView or ClickSense. I'm just comparing between these two tools because I am more aware of these two tools. But in Tableau we do have limited functionality regarding cleansing of data. One of the things is that like let's say you have this row ID. This is actually a number. You can just change it to string or anything like what you want. Okay, just depending on your requirement, so you can change the data type easily. And click view you can't do that that much easily. On click sense you have to go use a to string or kind of convert time like to number kind of functions. But in Tableau, just in a button click you can just change the data type, underlying data type, from string to from number to string, which is a very important thing. Also you can do one like you can split this is, you see, this is a concatenation of different fields. Okay, so this is kind of a distribution center, this is kind of numbers. Even I don't know about what actually like 2014, obviously it is in year, and there are some kind of transactional IDs that are getting generated. So if you just want to have or want to segregate from this particular field only the distribution center information, you can very easily do it with a custom split. You can do split, you can also do a custom split. So these are like what is the delimiter or field based on which you will doing the custom split, will this semi not hyphen, and then only the first field, that is a distribution center, so I'm just doing it split on that. So here you see I do have a field with the distribution center name, so I can just rename it. I can just double click or maybe rename it distribution center. Okay, so these are the small things. There are certain we can do some pivoting, like people who know of Excel, the transpose. So there are kind of functions which we can do. Okay, so I will come to it later, but as of now our today's agenda just to get familiar with the tool and use it. So this is somehow our backend. Now I will come to the front end. So front end is that, like, you just click on sheet 1, a sheet will appear. Okay. Okay, somebody have unmuted, so there's kind of noise. Can you please mute if you are not speaking? Okay, so now we do have our playground where we can play with our data. So we have actually connected to the database. We have done our initial joins. Now our data set is prepared. Now let's analyze the data. Okay. So so first thing is that the Tableau is very intuitive. Like from the Excel itself, it has actually taken up which are dimensions, which are measures. Most of the times it is correct. In very rare scenarios, if it's if the underlying data is not that much cleaned or something, so maybe Tableau makes some mistakes. Those are rare scenarios. Okay, so the first thing what I will do is that I will take I will try to analyze the data of quantity of a particular category and segment. So let's say I'm taking a category which is furniture, office supplies, technology. So those are three categories, and what are the segments out of it I will take. So these are actually dimensions. These blue pills, the color is blue, right? So this is actually, these are discrete fields. So these are actually in Tableau, it's called pills. So blue pills are actually dimensions. So I will take segment, and then I will, these are the two dimensions based on which I will slice and dice my measure. So let's say I'm taking the measure as quantity. Okay, so you see, so I have my first Tableau dashboard kind of, where I am just analyzing the data. Furniture, out of furniture there are three segments. Out of those segments, what are the quantity that got sold? Great. uh, in such less clicks, we do have a kind of dashboard. But now what, in any business I would always be interested in what profit a particular segment or a category of furniture have made. So if I'm interested, this is actually, mind you, this is actually a measure, and I just want to put it, I'm not putting it into these shelves. So these are actually axes where we are putting the dimensions and the measures and seeing it, but there are also marks. These are called mark, where kind of, like if you click on the data, something will get colored, something will come in a tooltip. So these are the all things which I will come slowly. So first thing is that color. So I will just put the profit into this color shelf. So now you see, or maybe not profit, I will put market to color, because my first objective is that which market is actually making how much sale. Okay, so if I, where is the market colors? Okay, you see, our measures are being sliced and diced based on the dimensions which I have selected. Our quantity have got sliced and diced into category, segment, and market. So Africa, Asia, Pacific, Europe, they are all markets, and all the segments which are being sold out there. So there you see, in Africa, sales is very low. In Asia Pacific, all the sales, like, they are doing good things, right? So in Europe also it is kind of same, Latam, Europe, but in Africa sales are low. So this is kind of a market where if you are a business analyst, you will tell your boss, okay, you see, in Africa we are making some sales, but we need to make some progress. So this is actually kind of emerging market for you, like for whichever that business unit you are working for, and you as a business analyst can tell your boss, like, okay, so this is a market, Africa, this is a region or where we can put some more focus and our sales can improve there. So this is some easy analysis you did just in Tableau. Okay, so this is our first view. Let me build some other view, going to the new worksheet. But before that I will ask, are you uh, getting it until now, or do you have it? No, nobody is asking me any questions, so I think so this is a basic stuff though, but I would still like to ask if anybody is not following me.
And Niruddha, can you explain the main difference in dimension and measures?
Main difference between dimensions and measures. So this is a Lokesh, right?
Ganesh,
Ganesh. Okay, so Ganesh, are you from a data warehousing background, or like what kind of background you are coming?
from statistics.
From statistics. Okay, so like
Yeah.
so dimensions or measures are kind of, like, from your statistics point of view, like there are certain things which are where you do have a discrete value, right? And there are certain things which you do have a continuous kind of value, like age is kind of, you do have
Okay.
n number of ages, right? From 1 to
Mhm.
1000 or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, though people
Mhm.
don't have more than 100, but still, theoretically you have a unlimited number of ages, right? It's a continuous kind of thing. So the age,
Okay.
if you are kind of a sales number, or the measure, if I am talking about what is the quantity can be anything, right? From 1 to 1000 to million. So if you are thinking in a statistics perspective, any data which is actually a continuous, it is actually a measure. And what is
Okay.
dimension? Dimension is actually discrete. You do have, sometimes you do have binary yes or no kind of thing. If, let's say, that's a very crude example, from real time example. Here I have taken a market. So market cannot be n number, right? So you can break Africa into like different parts, right? Either you have in Africa, you have India, you have United States. So those are the things,
Yeah.
you can't have a fraction of it, right? But for sales quantity, or
Yeah.
for the age, you can have a continuous. If you plot an histogram, you will have a n number of possibilities of values. But in kind of like a cylinders of your car, that can be either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have a fraction, right? 1.5 cylinder in your car.
Yes.
So those are kind of,
Yeah.
if you want to do a dashboard respect of number of miles a car has traveled in respect of cylinder, so number of miles can be 100,000, 100 to 500, whatever. But the cylinder, like let's say I have 5 car, all of them have, first car have 1 cylinder, second have 2 cylinder, third have 3 cylinder, and you are just comparing, like, how much cylinder is affecting to the number of miles that a car uh, have a mileage. So then in your measure you will have number of miles, and in your dimension you will have number of cylinders. So discrete versus
Okay.
continuous.
Yeah.
So am I
Got
able to
it.
make you clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, so this kind of this questions, yeah, so people, that's a very good question actually. Like even when I have started, so I had a hard time understanding what is why they are called this a dimension, why it is called a measure. When I actually started data warehousing, but I didn't got a very clear answer to it. But once I working like on this kind of data science where you need to have to go into statistics, where you have to go into the definitions, there I somehow grasp the idea which I tried to make you understand. Anyway, so apart from Ganesh, anybody have any question until now? Okay, no, I guess. Okay, so that was our first visualization. That
Hello.
hello, yeah,
Yeah, sir. Actually, just explain that extension of the Tableau files.
extensions of Tableau files, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so these are actually like I will
And
come to this.
as well,
Hmm.
sir, as well as the extract files like dot hyper and anything else.
Okay, so I will come to those things, but as of now, like it will kind of break our continuity. So as of now, what I am doing is that there are like, as you asked you, I am telling you there are kind of three, four,
Yeah.
five kind of type of extensions. So the most commonly used are TWX, Tableau packaged file, where we do have all the data as well as the dashboard. There are TDE, only Tableau desktop extract, Tableau dashboard extract. So all those kind of things I will come to whenever I will touch those topics. Okay, so let's not discontinue all those things. Maybe we can take it offline also. But as of now, the file that I have opened, this is a TWX file. Okay, when I will save this
Okay, sir.
particular
Fine.
file, I will show you the extension. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so that was our first dashboard. I quickly go to, since we are interest of time, quickly going to the second kind of view, where I will try to uh, do analysis on, uh, because most of the time in our dashboard we are taking time dimension. Okay, so year on year sales, monthly sales, weekly sales, yearly sales, all those things come. So I will come to that particular point. So one interesting thing is that in Tableau you have an order date. Order date is can be of like any date. Okay, 1st January, 2nd January, like all the 365 days of your business, apart from maybe some of the days where you are not doing any business, holidays, but it can be of any date. Okay, so if I put this order date in my Tableau dashboard, it will automatically, like, you see, if I go to my data source, and if I go to this order date field, you will see that there are only dates of a particular day. It's taking some time. It's taking so much time. So my point is that if I just put the order date out here, you see Tableau itself have actually created a hierarchy. There is an year. If you click on it, there will be quarter. If you again click on it, it will be coming as month, again to the lowest granularity. From the highest granularity, which is year, to the day, that is lowest granularity. So this is actually one of the important and powerful feature of Tableau. Like if you have a transactional data which is actually showing you as date, it is actually aggregating to year, quarter, and month, or doing that categorization all of its own. You don't have to do it. Like in ClickView, ClickSense examples, like you need to have a kind of calendar. You have to write a calendar script, and then you have to make a join with your transactional table to have that kind of informations. But Tableau, just in a one click, it's creating this particular hierarchy. This is very good, a feature of Tableau. So now let's say I'm just coming to the year, and I want to analyze what is the measure. Maybe I'm taking a sales. So this is actually year wise, what is the sales. So for my company, sales are showing good numbers, it is increasing. So let's say if you want to break it into quarters, so for each and every year there are 4 quarters. They are showing you just in a, if you click on year and it's segregated the data into quarter. You can also make quarter, like if you want to segregate your data wise, quarter wise, so Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 against all your years. Now what I will do, I will year to my color. So now Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, I have this kind of sales, and now I have just put the year into color. So what actually those informations I am actually like represent, previously the information was represented into axis. I am cramping more and more information into dashboard, and they are giving you more options. Like in a traditional BI tool, what you have to done, like you have to put that axis, either you have to use dual axis, like you can just plot two things like x axis and y axis. If you have one value in your x axis, and whatever according to that particular x axis, you are showing your y axis value. But in Tableau, there are, these are kind of, you can visualize them as an axis. Like you just put that year into this color and it is showing you the information. This is actually a kind of y axis. So xy is a three-dimensional kind of chart if you visualize. So you are cramping more information in a two-dimensional chart. So these are the features that Tableau is giving. Okay, you can't do it in other tools, ClickSense, ClickView, that much easily. So now what I have done, I have just want to I have, these are the numbers or figures which are I'm getting per year. So now I want to what can I do? I want to compare year over year growth. Okay, so this is actually quarter wise for each and every year. This is actually cumulative growth, right? They have given you. What if, like if you want to compare year over year growth, so then you can do the same thing. You can take the sales in your y axis, and here what you can do, there's a quick table calculation where you can just select YTD growth, and this is actually YTD growth. You can just put it in your tooltip. So now if you just you see that there is a year over year, year information is there, quarter information is there, sales information is there, and moreover what you can do is that, like this sales, if you just put it into your tooltip, 1 minute, let me first put it out here, make a YTD growth, selecting as YTD growth, and then maybe I will put it into this tooltip option, and here I will change it to quick table calculation as YTD growth. So now if you click on it, you will see there are 4 information. Quarter information is there, year information is there, YTD percentage difference is there, and what is your sales. Yeah, hello, somebody is asking anything.
Hello.
Yeah,
Anirudh, if you want to compare the quarter 3 of 2017 with the quarter 3 of 2016.
1 minute. Quarter 3 of 2017.
With the
One
quarter
minute.
3 of
1 minute.
2006.
Now you tell me. Yeah, quarter 3 of 2000. No, 16 data we don't have from 2012 to 2015.
Okay, 15 and 14.
Okay, okay, you want to filter these two things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there are several ways of doing it. You can just highlight it. Fourteen and 15. Okay.
This is for the quarter 3.
No, this is for all the quarters. You want to see only for quarter 3? So then
Yes, we want.
yeah, this is only for the quarter 3. This is 2014 and this is 2015.
Okay.
You just filtered it out.
Yes.
Okay. Also, there is another option.
Yeah.
There is another option. This particular icon you are seeing, right? If you just click on this and enabled it, if you just click on it 2014, so you see 2014 data is highlighted. Everything is like dimmed out or faded out. You can just do something like this.
Yeah.
2014 and 15. Just click on it like
Yeah.
2012 and 13 data is there, but it's faded out. It's just for the visual representation. You are emphasizing on 2014 and 15. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
either you can entirely filter out the data, or you can use this highlighter option and just highlight your data. Okay, I will slowly come to those things. More. Yeah. So this is actually kind of my like right now I have 4 years of data quarter wise. Okay. And now I will just change it to month instead of quarter. I am more interested in months. So 2012, 13, 14, 15, 2016, and I will change it to this was continuous. Continuous is kind of, like since it is measure, it is showing as green. If you change it to a discrete, it will come as blue. So now you have the data February 2012, April 2012, like all the months and for all the years you have your data. Okay, are you getting me? Okay, so this is a kind of slice and dice that you can do, and moreover you have your I just told you, you can just put in a tooltip and you can just have the year over year sales, or maybe a percentage difference, percentage of total, whatever you want. You can just have that quick table calculations. So right now I'm just doing a percentage difference. What is the difference between this year and the previous year for the same time? Okay.
This is Bharat here.
Yeah, Bharat.
How the financial year will be calculated here? For example, like now in my office, the financial year will be calculated from October to September. In case I need this kind of scenario, how to do it in Tableau?
Okay, so these are actually, like not a technical thing. Like this is for certain companies or US companies who are doing a financial year from, like September, October, I guess. Their ends in October, right?
Yeah, because those kind of things we need to do some calculations or something like that here.
Yes, so those are the things you need to do some calculated field. You can bring up your calculator. There are some rows number if you just want to, like, let's say if you visualize a data set where you have a data for your October, so you know the row number for that, and then you are just calculating year over year, rolling 12 months. So your year is ending in actually ending in October. Again, you were starting from November to October. So those are the things you have to do through calculated fields. Those are actually advanced level concepts. We have to come to those particular scenarios, then maybe we can discuss. But right now that cannot be
Okay.
done in a very, it's vanilla Tableau. You can't handle those situation because those are actually not technical things. Those are actually business things, right? Like some countries consider their financial year from October to November, some countries from January to December. So those are not related or constrained to Tableau. So those you have to implement the business logic in your data set.
Okay, that's something manual calculations.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So again, I have put cells, and just I will just put the order date, month. I will remove the year. So I'm just playing with the data, quarter wise, month wise. I have all those information. Maybe I will put the month first, and I will remove the quarter. So this is actually my monthly sales. Okay. So if you click on it for October, so can somebody point me out, like if somebody gives you a kind of chart like this, what is an observation? There is actually a very definite observation coming from this chart. Can somebody tell me? Just looking into this chart, you don't have to think of technically, just looking into the chart, what this data is telling to you. There's something trend that's been followed in this particular chart. Can somebody guess? Okay, so you see for the month of July, our all the like for all the years, for the month of July, suddenly our sales have dipped, right? Others in all the other years it's not like that. Like here in the month in 2013 it's not a kind of a dip. Maybe for other years it kind of a dip. So there is not a kind of like a pattern that has been followed, but for this July month every year there's kind of a dip. So if somebody told you like analyze this data, why this is coming, or maybe this particular trend even you don't know of until and unless you are actually visualizing the data. So this is actually the power of Tableau. It's showing you, it's telling you a story. So but if you want to represent to this particular your business stakeholders, you can do one thing. You can just annotate out here. Annotate is nothing but a kind of point that you can mention. Fall sales dip in July. See, you can just point and just have an annotation. So a Tableau is just simple as like you can just now send a screenshot in your mail. You send this dashboard, like this is the kind of analysis I have done. I have seen this kind of sales are dipping in July. So this is one of kind of analysis you can do. Okay, so now I will kind of those analysis stuff. People have to know more of a business and do those analysis, but we as a technical guy are more responsible for doing the look and feel and the functionalities of our dashboard. So one of the function, like this is actually a chart. What if I want to show it in a table? If I just click a right click here and duplicate as cross tab, if I just do a thing, duplicate as cross tab, now you see what is happening. Like we are getting all the data, the numbers are there, but now it's in a tabular format. Just in a button click I have achieved this. So now I will just do some regular formatting stuff, nothing tricky. You will just like dirty your hands with this kinds of features in Tableau, in whatever the software version you have. So this is actually I just swap between the axes, whatever where in my rows or x-axis now it's there in y-axis, and whatever there is in y-axis now comes to my row or x-axis, just like this. Okay, so now if there is a certain chart that you can develop in Tableau. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, is percentage is coming by default, or you have done some
I did not. So if you have followed
percentage is
in the tooltip, I did a table level calculation,
coming.
right?
which way?
Percentage difference. I have just copied the
Okay.
data. So data
So,
has
sir,
been
sir, can
copied
you
even
show
with that particular calculation, whatever I did in
me?
my chart.
Okay.
You are getting my point, right? So whatever the calculation you are doing in the
No,
chart,
sir, still not.
sorry.
Sir, I didn't get your points. Just please explain once again.
Okay. So here actually, if you click on it, okay. So what are the information is showing you? It's a month of June 2014.
Yeah, this is the
Sales,
yeah,
sales is 396,520.
yeah,
So now what is this percentage difference
yeah,
in
yeah.
sales from previous month actually? Like here,
Okay, so
52
the
percent.
percentage, yeah.
Yeah, 52 percentage of sale has got increased from the previous month. So
So by
Tableau.
50%, it's yeah,
So previously it was 18%. Okay, sales is
yeah.
288,401. Now sales has increased to 401. So if you put a percentage, it will around 40% increase in your sales. Okay, and that I have done through this
Yeah.
particular sum of sales, and I just did a table level calculation, which I am actually showing in the tooltip.
Where
Tell me.
okay. So where we have done the table calculation. So I didn't see. That's why I'm asking you.
Okay. Now if I just click on it, like what are the information we are getting? June 2014,
Yeah.
401. Okay. Now somebody tells you.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
somebody tells you, I want to see what is you. I want to analyze, like what is the rise in sales from the previous month. Now what you will do?
Hmm?
You will just put take sales. You will just put it out here. You will just make it a quick table level calculation where percentage difference. You will just calculate it, and you want to show it in a tooltip. You just put it in your tooltip. 1 minute. If you just, you can do it right this way also. You will just putting it in a tooltip, and then you are just putting a calculation. Add a quick level calculation, percentage difference. Now if you just click on it, you will get this particular information.
Yeah.
Got it? Previously there were three information. Now you added one more information. You just added it in a tooltip, and you just did a table level calculation. In the back end, you are visualizing a data set, right? So in the back end, in the table level calculation, Tableau is comparing what is the like the value of the sales previous month, what is the value of the sales this month, and then it is doing a percentage calculation, how much sales has got increased percentage wise, and it's showing it in your dashboard. You don't have to do anything. You just have to click on it and just show percentage difference. Tableau is
Okay.
doing it in of its own in the back end.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Thank you.
Okay. So now I'm coming to the table. So I want to do a highlighted table. So I will just change the color. 1 minute. Okay. One more thing. I want to put a category out here to see where is the category. And then a kind of if I want to put segment also out here, and I don't need this month information. I will okay, we have done a percentage calculation over month, so I can remove it. You are getting me? So Tableau itself is showing you an error. You cannot remove it. You can remove it, but first it is showing you an error. Like since you have done some calculation based on month, you can just remove it from your view. So it will show you error. Okay. But still, if I just want to remove it, I can remove it. I so category segment, and then I will take sales. maybe out here. Okay, so I'm not removing the month information as of now for just sake of understanding. Since we have this in our this view from where we have copied the data, we do have this month information. So I am not removing it from our original view also. Okay, I'll let it be there as it is. So now I'm just trying to do a highlighted table. How I am doing it? 1 minute. Okay, what I want to do is that I want to analyze for this particular like this. I will take a segment also. I want to analyze what is the profit per segment. Okay, so for that, let's say you are having a profit, so you are just putting it in your color. So what is actually doing is that for furniture segment category, there are certain segments. There are three segments. So for those three segments, what's the profit per year? What is the sale that's been done? So now I am just changing it to green gold. Step is nothing but kind of the numbers of categorization in your measure, like kind of step. Like if you have 100, you are dividing into 5 steps. So each step will come 20, right? If you have 200, if you divide it into 5 steps, each step will come how much? 40, right? So now I'm just changing it to 6, from 5 to 6, applying it. Still the chart is not looking that great. I would do one thing. I will make this mark as square so that entire rows are being covered, and so it's now looking good, right? So now, so this is a kind of highlighting chart that I have done. So now if you want to analyze by category and you show the highlighter, so now you see for furniture, you see this is the kind of a profit that I am making. There is not that much green, so profit is less for furniture, right? Office supply, still there are green, more green there. Technology, green is there, but for furniture you see there there are so less profit for furniture. So this is something we need to analyze. So why for furniture we are having less profit? So if you have your data, you represent like a highlighter or a table, and then you can just sort it out and maybe figure it out like for which segment or which category we are not able to make that much amount of sale. So then data will speak things to you, right? So that is the first point of it's you can you can just blindly build a dashboard which is not speaking to you. You can make a dashboard with good high colors, formatting, all those stuff, but at the end of the day if it is not speaking to you, there is no use. So this is something like you have to question each and every step. What I'm trying to analyze, it's not that you just getting a business requirement from your client and you just building a dashboard. That will be, yeah, you can be a skilled dashboard a developer, but at the end of the day you can be a good business analyst. But Tableau is more of a tool for business analysts. We technical guys, we would be more comfortable in building a dashboard in ClickSense or ClickView because it gives you more detailed features. But Tableau is such a tool, it's a kind of such a versatile tool. People who are coming from business analyst background, where they can analyze the data, they can make ad hoc dashboard. So that is the greatest advantage of Tableau. Okay, so as of now, I think like I just covered up the basic interface of the Tableau dashboard. I would like, since we are just end of our time, I will just request all of you to download this particular data set from internet. If you're not getting it, just write me back, I will sending you the files. Just play with the data, have your build some kind of dashboards on your own, and then maybe we will discuss the like next part in our next session. Okay, anybody wants to add anything, or else
When will be
yeah, yeah, please tell me.
when will be the next session?
uh, uh, I'm planning to do it in the next weekend.
Same time.
Yeah, same time. So this is like many of people have like accepted that a particular session request, but I see there are kind of 10 to 12 people who have actually joined. So I just want to hello. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Hello.
yeah, so the mostly thing is that like I would really like to spend my time with people who are really interested. So maybe people who have actually joined today, like if you guys are really interested and if you thinking that there's some value addition that's been made out of your time, so then please let me know. Then I will schedule another session. Okay, and but if you guys are thinking that okay, so these are kind of, I already know already, and these are the basic stuff that been covered. Sometimes, yeah, people who are actually into technical development, they find it I will request somebody who is not on mute. There's a lot of background noise coming. Okay, so let me share right now itself. If I can share, give me just 1 minute. Okay, so anybody, like the dataset name is Global Superstore. Okay, Global Superstore orders and Global Superstore returns. Okay, uh, please try to search it in the internet. You will get it. But in case if you are not getting it, just write me a mail. I will send you in an email. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so that's all from my side today. So please, like people who are really interested to continue this session, just send me a mail, and then maybe a convenient type also, most probably in the weekend. So I think this time is convenient to most of you, or do you want to
Yes.
do it up a bit in late or something early, whatever. So if this time is more
I think
yeah, hello,
it's fine.
hello.
I think the time is fine.
Okay, so I will try to schedule a next session in next Saturday same time. So and meantime, please go
But
through this particular
Sunday
software.
also.
Sorry.
Can we have on Saturday and Sunday 2 days?
Uh, this Sunday is not possible for me. Let's see. Like this Sunday is not possible, but let's see. Like from next week, how much pace we can uh, get a traction, and maybe we are getting some feedback, and maybe we are getting some interest. That's the most important thing. Then maybe we can think of having it Sunday also, but most of the time, like I am not free on Sunday. So only the time I'm getting is on weekend, so Saturday is only the thing. But obviously I can somebody having some doubts, they can just send me a email. I can reply to that particular email, or maybe have a quick if somebody is having some problem, I can also have a quick call. So that's not an issue. But okay, let's see. Let's meet next Saturday and then see where we are, and then from there we will think of the next sessions. Okay, and I will try to upload this particular session in my YouTube channel. So just a request, if it's not that trouble for all of you guys, you can just subscribe my channel. So then there we can have some. I'm just planning to upload some more tutorials there, and maybe we can interact more out there and have a kind of understanding what actually the requirement from all of you guys. Okay, I will just share the link there from where
What is the one request?
sorry.
Hello.
Yeah.
My request, like, if something like no real time project, something, if you're able to share, that will be really helpful for us.
Real-time project is not possible actually, because we can't share client data,
What is
right?
at least some sample project, something.
Okay. Sample project is now you have to like prepare a demo data set. So that's actually a huge task itself on any sort. But still, I will try to see like if I can get hold of anything, and maybe we can prepare a demo data set. I will try to do. But one thing, like if you are,
Yeah, thank you.
but
Because
what
that will
if you are
be,
comfortable with these concepts? Okay, it's nothing like you have a global superstore data set. What different data set you are expecting? If you want to work on Hadoop data set, that is entirely different thing. You have to do a lot of cleansing, ETL extraction, all those stuff. But yes, obviously it's good to have a kind of a real scenario. But my understanding is that like even when I started learning, like if you are comfortable with the concepts, this global superstore data is more than enough to understand the concepts. Once you have the grab over those concepts, then you can explore. The world is just on your feet. That's not an issue. But just don't make a kind of, like even I did have that kind of mental mindset. Like, yeah, this Excel data set, that's a very basic. Like, I will get some complex scenario when I'm working in my project. But nothing like that. Like, if you have your concept, like when I will come to LOD expressions, there are level of details expression. Like, even like if you're working on a business scenario, you have to understand the data, right? Just on a go, you can't understand the data. So how you will understand the concept behind it when you will be implementing the LOD? So if you have a kind of Excel data set, you understand the data that this is actually a super global store, this is the profit, this is the sum of sales, and this is the sum of profit. It's more easier to understand. Okay, that's my take. I will try it obviously, but before that, I will try to cover the basic concepts through this particular data set only. Then and then only we will come to the next part.
yeah.
Okay then. Good night. And, yeah. Hello. Somebody. Hello. Somebody is telling something. Okay. Anyway, good night and have a great weekend ahead. Goodbye, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Aniruddha.
Yeah, not a
Good
problem.
night.
It's been a pleasure. Bye.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, not a problem. Bye.
Thank you.